In Kung Fu Panda, the board game, 2 to 4 players control Po and the Furious 5 in the Kung Fu Panda series. Work together by rolling dice, moving around the map, and completing objectives. Modifius Entertainment provided this in exchange for an honest review. Before your first game, you'll need to put the colored rings on the enemy minis. Red for wolf spearmen, black for wolf slashers, blue for ox grunts, and purple for the wolf boss and Tai Lung. These clips stay on permanently, making setup for future games quicker. Choose a mission, adventure, or story from the rulebook. The page will give you all of the special setup and instructions. Keep the extra enemies and sand timer nearby. Players take 4 action dice, hero board and mini, then each pop a green ring on their mini. Take a dial of destiny according to player count. Players put a green dial counter on the top triangle space and a red dial counter to show max health. Missions consist of 1 or more dice rolling rounds. Some missions will have a pause between rounds where players will perform a task. Usually, it's a test of the dice. Once players are ready, say 1, 2, Kung Fu. Flip the sand timer. Players now have 3 minutes to do as many actions as they can. Players first must roll all of their dice. They can spend 1 or more dice and save the remaining ones for future actions. Each die can only be spent once before it needs to be re-rolled, meaning you'll be rolling and using your dice many times before the round ends. Some challenges require players to combine dice to knock out enemies, break through walls, and/or interact with various tokens. Claws must be resolved first. For each claw, a player immediately moves the Dial of Destiny counter forward, resolving each space. Punches and kicks attack an enemy or obstacle. Chi, activate your hero's special ability. 2 Chi can revive a knocked out hero on your tile. Move is straightforward. Each Dial of Destiny is unique, but all have the same types of spaces that activate when the counter lands on them. Triangles activate special mission effects. Nothing happens on blank spaces. On yellows, each enemy on the same tile as a hero attacks them. If you're knocked out, you stay that way until another hero revives you. The spawn space adds a specific enemy in a specific space up to the mission's tile limit. If the tile is full, place entering enemies on an adjacent tile. If the enemy reserved is empty, no enemy spawns. The reverse side of the dials has an asterisk. This is awesome mode, meaning hard mode. Heroes move between tiles by spending a matching die. You must spend an extra move icon for each enemy on your current tile. Some tiles have special movement rules. Hard-going tiles have a mountain icon in the corner and have additional entry requirements. Great Wall tiles require the use of a cart token in order to get up and over. Wall tiles block access to adjacent tiles. Heroes need to spend the matching icons to break through the walls, which remain broken afterwards. 5 of the heroes have unique abilities activated by spending Chi. Mantis can ignore extra move icons needed to flee from enemies. Most missions will have a collectible Dumplings token that, if collected during a mission, earns the player's special move cards. These cards give player additional powers to activate with their Chi. Players win by achieving their objective. They lose by failing the mission, running out of rounds, or if all heroes are knocked out at the same time. Roll and spend dice quickly to defeat enemies, collect tokens, and finish your objective. That's Kung Fu Panda, the board game. Give yourself 15 to 20 minutes per mission, and adjust if you're planning on playing Kung Fu Panda, the board game's full story. You need a dining table. Players need areas the size of placemats, and the central boards and minis take up a large area. There's very little reading and no real math, but you need to react very quickly to a changing board state and manage the frantic dice rolling. Save this for at least experienced 7-year-old gamers. In our 9th game of Kung Fu Panda, the board game, we were hurrying to get away from Tai Lung, known for his ruthlessness and ferocity. Well, he sure took his sweet time. Maybe he kept stopping to groom his fur. Me and Dad raced forward, beating down bad guys, and Mom wasn't too far behind. By the time we escaped the stage, Tai Lung had only moved forward 2 spaces. I'll talk more about dice luck soon. Kung Fu Panda, the board game, is surprisingly fast. The timer helps, of course, but the amount of stuff and setup time makes it seem like a longer game. This is good because you can play a mission or two, possibly even an entire adventure, in an evening. The modular, double-sided maps are really cool. You can make your own missions once you finish the 9 in the box. Speaking of double-sided things, the Dials of Destiny have a normal side plus an awesome side if you're looking for more of a challenge. One neat thing is that you don't need every player to use the harder side. In a 4-player game, you can gradually increase the difficulty by having 1, 2, 3, or all 4 players use it. Nice touch! Those dials are unique for each character, as are the hero abilities. With those and special move cards acquired after collecting dumplings, your fighters will eventually feel more and more different from the start. The minis come pre-washed and have a surprising amount of detail. The rulebook is solid and the mission pages are incredible. It's easy to jump right back into the game if you haven't played for a while. Most of the rules are on the mission pages and boards. Quickly look at what all the icons mean again, then get to the action. It's easy to lose track of things because of the dice rolling, the timer, the different abilities, and Dials of Destiny, and some maps just have a lot going on. While it is a co-op, it's difficult to help one another because you're focused on your things. Unless the map needs players to work together, like pulling levers or whatever, you'll probably only end up helping when someone needs to be revived. I wish there was more mitigation. Look at the brilliant dice thrown, or even the powers in the classic King of Tokyo. Here, your best bet is usually keep rolling and just hope for the symbol you're missing. I think each player should receive 5 dice in 2-player games. Having 10 dice to work with would give you a better chance than just 8, especially since 4 players get 16 dice combined. It seems like an odd choice at best. It would make accomplishing some tasks very difficult. Speaking of more, why did we get rings for every mini except 2 heroes? Is it that much more expensive to get 32 rings instead of 30? I really like Kung Fu Panda, the board game's concept, and the variety and modularity that comes in its box. You get a lot here. Sadly, players don't make many decisions, you don't feel like you're truly working together, and you certainly don't feel like Kung Fu masters. This isn't a bad game, but there isn't enough reason for me to keep playing it. I'd rather stick to Street Masters for epic co-op battles, and Kung Fu for a quick dice checker. That's because of our gaming collection and my experience. For most families with kids aged 8 to 12 looking for a Yahtzee-style game with a bit more gameplay and an enjoyable theme, this is a good choice.